Yeah, I did. Um, so it's actually really easy. We're making it a lot more difficult than it had to be.
Oh, okay.
It's just the mean minus the upper or lower limit or the lower bound, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So try to find an example here. So the confidence interval, right? So you just I don't know if you have your um, spreadsheet, the quantitative inference procedures one that we were
Yeah,
using
yeah.
for the paired sample t-test. If you just take the mean of the difference, so then um, at the bottom there, and you just subtract that by the lower bound, the confidence interval,
Okay.
then you should get a number. And then if you subtract the upper bound by the mean, so they're both positive,
Right.
then you'll get the same. If you get the same number, that's the margin of error. So it's just the
Oh.
difference between the confidence interval and the mean, if that makes any sense.
So you just subtract each from the mean,
Yeah.
and
And
that
so that
will
works
give
for that
you.
works for anything. It works for the one sample. It works for the paired sample. I'm sure it'll work for the two sample um, as well.
Right.
So, but I'm not sure. I haven't gotten into the quiz yet. But that's how he showed us on the video, and it's actually really easy. And so what I did on this spreadsheet is I just made my own little margin of error calculation.
Oh,
And
cool.
so every data that we insert in here is going to show me the margin of error, and so I don't have to calculate it anymore, if that makes
So,
sense.
yeah. Cool.
So that might be something worth doing.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. Well, the hard part on the homework for this one is there was a lot of using that. What was that SSDS? And I just don't know, or I missed where to download that, but I don't even have that downloaded. I don't know. Am I missing something?
Yeah, so that's the one for the other two statistics classes. They use that, and we use Excel. So
Oh, okay.
I don't, yeah, we're supposed to use Excel and somehow figure it out. So
Good,
I
because I
don't
can
know.
do Excel. That other program, I was like, where do I even get that?
Yeah, it's for the social science statistics and
Okay,
the biostatistics is what it's for.
gotcha.
It's actually the reason I'm in this class because I didn't want to pay $50 for that program that I'd never use again,
Oh,
but be able to, so I could know how to do statistics on something that I would use all the time.
right.
All right, so are
Cool.
we
So
ready to
are we? Well,
fire it
you
up?
just want to jump in the quiz? Yeah.
It's not really a good thing that Michael's been doing this for an hour because
No, no, no! Don't let that freak you out. It's that I'm trying to catch up, having the family issues and stuff on my plate. The past week of content was probably the worst week for me to miss.
yeah,
Well, and
me
it was
too.
the more confusing week, that's for sure.
All I know is when I came back to try and catch up on all of it, it's like the whole world got turned upside down and things got 10 times more complicated than they used to be. And that's what I'm trying to figure out, building Excel calculators that, I mean, call me lazy, but building Excel calculators that will try and do some of the work for me and cut out the middleman. Uh, yeah, it's going to take me a while to catch up on that.
Access to the following documents. Okay, make sure to pull up the book here. I always forget to do that before this.
Yeah, I got my book up now too. And it is chapter 13, right?
Yep.
Yeah, sweet.
Yes. Actually, Looks like he posted some problems that he went through from the quiz on there on the announcements thing today. Was it today or maybe was it yesterday?
I think it was today.
Yeah, the 14th. So maybe that's a different one. Yeah, it's a different one. Never mind.
That must have been from earlier
I was
this week.
excited to look over that, but right.
Okay, so is everybody ready? We'll start with number 3.
Sure.
All right. So I'll read 3 then. What requirements must be checked when conducting a hypothesis test comparing 2 means with independent samples? Mark
All right.
all that apply.
I have an idea. Actually, it's not an idea. I was just looking up hypothesis test using Control F, and I just found the answer.
Sweet.
So there's 2 of them. So I don't know. I'm not looking at the quiz, but one, a simple random sample must be drawn from each of the populations. Is that
Okay.
one?
That's
Yep.
the first one. Yep.
Okay, and then X bar is normally distributed from a group.
Yep.
Top
Or
2.
each group,
Sweet.
excuse me.
Good call.
Nice. That's what it says on there. I don't know if there's more. There might be more.
Those are the only 2 bullet points in the text.
Okay, good. We'll just go with that then and hope we don't miss it.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to look up number 4, but I found that one instead, so got lucky.
Number 4 is right around there as well. The test statistics for hypothesis testing for 2 means with independent samples is a t-score.
Ha! Good call.
Nice.
Looks like your hour paid off, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, got one. Woo! On top of my game.
All right. So 2 samples are independent if knowing which subject will be in group 1 determines which subject will be in group 2, or knowing which subjects will be in group 1 tells you nothing about which subjects will be in group 2.
That's the one it is, because
Exactly.
in the remember it says independent. 2 samples are independent if knowing which subjects are in group 1 tells you nothing about which subjects will be in group 2.
Cool. That's what I was thinking.
Probability of 50% on that one.
Yep.
You're
So you need to use the dentist office bills for this one.
yeah.
So we use the 2 sample t-test. Is that correct, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So just
And we got to make sure it's set to. So we got a less than. Is that what we set it to?
okay. Let me see.
I believe it is less than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 is less than 2.
Yeah. So we just need to get.
Yeah. If mu1 is Idaho Falls and mu2 is Rexburg, then assuming that Idaho Falls is less than, yeah, it's less than.
So all we have to do is just plug in the data and then just figure out all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that'll change with the less than is the p-value, right? Isn't that what we figured out last time, Eric?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. My Excel's ticking me off right now. Every time I open one up, the other one crashes on me.
And then in the reading, I don't know if you guys caught this, but I thought that the degrees of freedom had to be a whole number, but apparently we shouldn't be scared if it is a decimal. So like on this question number 6, it looks like it's a decimal. At least that's what has a decimal, and so we don't need to be scared because I was scared.
But isn't it the number of variables or categories minus one? So in this case, with two population variables or population categories, shouldn't the degree of freedom be one?
I'm not sure. I just put in the data here into my spreadsheet. The two sample and the degree of freedom is 37.996. And I put it at less than. So in the other assignments, we just put it in and the T statistic, or the T score, the degree of freedom, and the P value, if we put in the less than or greater than or equal to, we're always correct if we just put in the data.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What were you thinking?
I was only thinking degrees of freedom, like one question at a time for me. You probably have a much better Excel calculator than I do at the moment. Does the professor actually have public Excel files, or is every student just on their own to build theirs?
No, there's the public ones. If you're looking at the main page of the book where it says, statistics at BYU, on the left it says what's it, data files. If you click it, it opens up all the Excel stuff, and I think it's the top three are the ones that we've been using a lot. They're the continuous ones where all the stuff underneath is the data that we use.
Let's see. Data files. I'm seeing a ton of questions like Apollo, baby boom, stuff like that, body measurements, those types of things.
Let's see.
So
if you go into the, I'm going to try and find it.
Zip file.
Oh, Excel data file zip.
Yeah. If you open that up, it then has, which ones are they? The Excel data files that you want.
The one is quantitative inferential procedures is the one that we're looking at here. So Michael, it might be easier if you go into the book on 3.1.2 where it says hypothesis test. In the Excel instructions, it says use the file quantitative inferential procedures to do the following. And so then literally all you have to do is just input the data and it gives you all the answers.
All the answers, yeah.
Man, I am looking in the absolute wrong place then. I hate to be so stupid about this. I promise I usually am not. But by all means, if I can share this screen, I will show you exactly what is going wrong. So this is what you're talking about, right? Data file section.
Yeah, it's there, but Hayden had a better point. If you go to the book for the chapter in 13, and then you go to 3.1.2, was it?
Yeah.
No.
There's a link right there that you can click on and it should open it up.
All right. That totally makes sense. That makes way more sense. I appreciate
It's right
you guys
there too,
correcting me.
actually. Yeah, those three are part of the ones we've been using.
Excellent. Well, that's super helpful. So I didn't know these existed. I guess I have been doing things the hard way.
Means you probably learned it better, really.
Yeah, I doubt that, but it's been a struggle just the same.
Michael, if you just open up that spreadsheet, the one that's quantitative inference procedures, and then there's a tab called 2 sample t-test, and then the data that we're supposed to download for the dentist office, if you just copy variable 1 and post it in there, and then copy variable 2 and post it in there, then it will give you all the answers that we're looking for. And you just change it to less than, and it changes the p-value for you, and you can change it to greater than, less than, not equal to, and it gives you all the data that we need.
I'm laughing nervously only because this is so much better than the way that I've been working lately, and I feel like an absolute tard.
Don't worry about it. We've all been there.
You should have seen us last meeting trying to figure out the margin of error. We looked like tards for sure.
Yeah.
It was just a subtraction of two numbers, and we spent like an hour on it
Yep.
for no reason.
Yep. And struggled the whole time going, I don't like this.
Well, cool. There's light at the end of the tunnel now. Who knows? Maybe I will graduate.
So if we do on 6, the degrees of freedom is at 37.996, right?
That's what I got. Yeah.
And that's, Michael, coming off that spreadsheet. Once you get the Idaho
Yeah.
Falls dentist put in variable 1 and the Rexburg dentist in variable 2. And then for type of test, you just got to make sure it's the drop down says less than.
Right. Yeah. I'm with you so far now.
Cool.
Okay. So the next question says, what is the sample standard deviation for Rexburg? And Rexburg is variable 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be, I think, 206.637. Is that right? You think?
Yep.
For the standard, yep, 206.637.
We'll find out if that's incorrect here in a few minutes, but the test statistic,
And that's just T, right?
yeah,
So it's negative 0.434. Does that sound right?
that's what I got, yeah. And then with it being less than, the p-value is 0.333.
Yep.
Rounded to the 3 decimals. So,
P-value being greater than the level of significance.
yeah. So that means that we
Reject, right?
reject. Yes.
That question is the one that's going to kill me on the test.
Is it reject or is that fail to reject? I don't know. I think it's reject, isn't it?
Yeah, because the riddle or the rhyme I'm trying to memorize is if P is low, reject the null. And I think we're high enough here that we're not going to reject it.
Yeah, because the alpha is 0.1. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, we're going with you, Mike. We're going with you, Eric.
Okay.
Aha.
Oh, here's these questions we hate.
So we just change it to not equal to, and it's 0.667. So we still reject it, right?
Yeah.
So do we have sufficient evidence that the mean dentist bills between the two cities are different?
I think we do.
I think we definitely have sufficient.
Yeah.
And I think it's the difference. So let's go with that one, number 1.
The top one? Good. That's what I was thinking too.
Michael, on the last quiz, we got so desperate, we just started putting different answers on every question in hopes that we would get one of the two right.
Well, perfect. Let's just submit it one at a time, and we'll all get there together.
Yeah.
See
At
where
least
we're
we
at.
get 3 down, but
Yeah,
I think that one's right.
I think so too.
All right. So now we just need this other one. See, that wasn't so bad, right? We finished
Yeah.
that one pretty quick.
Yeah.
Probably going to miss all of them, but who knows?
Oh, don't jinx me.
This instills great confidence in me.
Hey, I'm feeling it myself, so.
So excited to be back in the saddle.
All right, so this one we're using the freshman dinner.
Oops. What happens if n is not the same? That's what I'm wondering. Does it
I don't
matter?
think it matters. I think it just uses the.
Because it's not subtracting, right, like the other one?
Yeah,
Right.
it's only going off of averages, so it doesn't actually matter if the sample size is different. That's why it was one of those questions. It was one of the mark all that apply options, but we didn't need to mark it.
Gotcha. Right.
Okay.
The video, I think, used the example of if you were polling men and women about their salaries, and the two variables, men and women, had nothing to do with each other, and you just polled a random number of people, you may have more men than women in your sample.
Hmm.
It doesn't really matter as long as you're taking the mean of each.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so question 12 was the appropriate alternate hypothesis. So I would say not equal to. What do you guys think?
I think it's probably not equal to as well. Because the other one specifically, like in the other question, it specifically says the alternative hypothesis is less than. So
Right.
now that we're just guessing, it's probably just they're trying to figure out if it's not equal to.
Right, because they're not telling us if they think it's more or less. They're just saying they think it's different.
Uh-huh.
Right.
That's what I think. I mean,
Okay.
we have a way to figure that out if we want. Each pick one, but I think you're right.
Yeah, it's not equal because if it's greater than or less than, then it's confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
So for the next one, the test statistic 0.845 that you guys got.
That's what I got.
Yep.
And then 0.411 for the p-value.
Yeah, that's what I got. So again, that would mean rejecting it, right? Because it's 0.05 is the alpha.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so much bigger. I think we're safe to just reject it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, there was something in the reading about this as well, but
Oh, the margin of error, right? That's what we're back to.
yeah, so it's for x or for 1 minus 2. But how do we do that? Just subtract the means, and then I guess we would just subtract the means, and then that would be kind of the difference mean, if that makes sense. Or I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it actually might just be the subtraction, because if you go over to the paired sample t-test, the mean of variable 1 and variable 2 subtracted equals the, maybe it's not, I don't know.
1.467. What you got?
Yeah, that's what I got. Then the way to figure this out, if this is right, the 1.467 is subtracting subtracting the upper bound and the lower bound and seeing if it equals each other, if that makes sense.
Subtracting that number from the two, you mean?
Yeah, so it'll be like the 5.147 minus the 1.467 that we got, and the answer is 3.68. And then you do 1 equals 1.467 minus the 2.214, and it's like barely off. Maybe it's a rounding error, but
3. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
0.001 or something.
Yeah, and if it's, he said in that one lecture something about the things built in place to realize that rounding error or whatnot. So I think we're good, the 1.467.
Well, the margin of error would actually be the 3.68. If that makes sense.
0, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be 3.68, or is it 3.680? Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Okay. 3.680, that's it.
Yep. I mean, I don't know if that's right, but hopefully.
We're getting 3.681, but okay.
Yeah, see, so I got, did you get 3.681 on both of them?
Yeah.
Maybe I did mine wrong, but so you subtracted the 5.147 minus the 1.46.
Oh, yeah, that's what the difference is. So I only have it showing so many variables, but I'm using the same Excel tool to take the confidence level referencing cells directly instead of inputting hard values. So instead of me cutting off 1.467, if I expand the decimals, it's got a lot more data behind there.
Yeah.
And that's why if I use cell references, it comes out to 3.681 for both.
Yeah, that's what I just checked as well. So I expanded the decimal places on the 3.68 and it's 3.6805. And so it should be 3.681 is what it should be.
Okay.
And if that's wrong, it'll correct us for rounding, but
Yeah.
is that what you got too, Michael? Just expanding it showed the more decimals?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the lower you just put in, and then the upper we just put in, and then we're done.
Now, where are you getting lower and upper from? Is that just the confidence interval?
Yeah. So
negative 2.214.
Mhm.
For the lower, yeah.
Neat. Gosh, this is so much easier than the struggle I was going through.
Well, I guess that's wrong.
Which one?
Some of them are wrong. I turned mine in already. We missed number 10.
Oh, well, that's just an A-B one. So we failed to reject the hypothesis?
That's what it says on here.
Weird.
And we
What
missed
was the other
number 11,
Oh, man.
and we missed number 13 and 15.
I will go for number 11. I'll go with the other sufficient evidence.
Yeah, that would be good.
Just so we can rule out both of those. What's the next one we missed after 11?
13.
Ooh. Did we also miss 14 and 15?
No, we got 14 but missed 15. So it sounds like we were supposed to fail if it's above alpha, but I feel like that's not.
That seems backwards from what we've been told.
Yeah.
So
Then we got
rebuild.
number
16 through 18. Did we do okay?
we got 17 and 18 wrong, but the feedback on here says the answer in SPSS is slightly higher than in Excel, so the answer given is the average between the two results. Your answer should be closer to the answer shown, but I don't know what that means.
Well, that seems kind of backwards.
Yeah. And I think the quiz is actually wrong, to be honest with you, because I don't think there's any way that that's wrong. But let me see. I have another friend that's in this class, and he was saying something about the quiz. Oh, yeah, he said number 13 and the last two, he said that he thinks something's wrong with the quiz because it's really easy, but he said he just plugged it in and he thinks it's something wrong with the quiz because he couldn't figure out another way to do it. So I don't know. I mean, yeah. I was wondering which ones those were, but he said the last two and then 13.
And we did get 13 wrong, huh?
Yep.
Well, I wonder if
there's no way we could have missed that one because, I mean, we did the same thing on a different one, right? And didn't we get it? Yeah, we did the exact same thing on number 8 and we got it right. So that doesn't make any sense.
So if you expand the formatting and the confidence intervals, maybe it was the rounding it didn't like.
Maybe. Yeah, we can try it. I don't know if there's what the expansion would be, but so
no, it doesn't change.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything on the first one.
No, it didn't do anything on the second either.
So I don't know. I mean, doesn't seem like there's any problems, any issues.
And what did we say the answer was to 13? Sorry, I deleted my.
It's 0.845 or something like that. Yeah, 0.845.
Yeah.
There's no way that's wrong. I mean,
Right.
because it's right here. We got the exact same thing, and we got it right in the other one.
Yeah, see, that doesn't make sense because even the rounding's there. So if it's a problem with the spreadsheet, then that's unless we just misread something. Let's see.
I don't think it's pretty plain. What is the
Yeah.
test statistic?
Well, it
That
doesn't
would
give
stay.
us anything. Yeah,
That would stay the same regardless of the way we turned
equal
the
to or less
greater
than.
than,
Yeah.
less than, or equal to. So
That doesn't affect it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can get a few more questions right, but I don't know how we're going to change those ones because I don't know.
I have no ideas.
I think we just need to send the instructor an email and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah,
Maybe take a screenshot of the answers and say, why is this flagging us and why is it saying this?
can add all of us to the email.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to retake mine, I guess, because I don't know what to do. Unless you guys don't want to do it, retake it again yet.
Well, I didn't even get it submitted the first time.
Yeah, I'll submit the next. Or
Well, I haven't submitted yet, so if you want me to try some of these.
Michael, do you want to go ahead and try the other sufficient one and see if that works?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Moment of truth. Geronimo. It is not the other sufficient one.
Okay, well that's weird.
Well, I can still submit for the first time, so let me try a third one of the other two because we know it's one of the insufficients.
I still think that they're different, in all honesty. So
Well, if you miss it, then we know it's the last one. So
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me submit this. And all right. So which one was it? 11, right? So it's the second one. We have insufficient evidence that the mean decibels between the two cities are different.
Okay.
So insufficient that they are different.
Yes.
So you guys are we gonna retake it now, or are we gonna wait? Well, I guess there's not really a way to wait, but
So the only ones we miss now are the 13, 17, and 18.
yep. And honestly, like the way that we know it's rigged is because on question 8 we got it right, and we didn't do anything different from
Right.
the other one, and so it should be right.
Yeah. The only thing we could do is because it says feedback, it says answer in SPSS is slightly higher than Excel. Is try to go up a number maybe in Excel, but we're just guessing at that point.
Yeah.
Dang, we should have tried that before you submitted it.
At the same time, though, slightly higher is so loose of a term.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nobody could get that, I don't think.
I mean, it'd just be a lucky random guess, to be honest with you.
But what does that mean though? So like the answer in SPSS is averaged with the answer in Excel. And so we should have something in the middle. Is that what it's saying? Your answer should be close to the answer shown.
That's how I took it. Yeah.
I mean, what do we do? Do we
Shown
just
would
add numbers? I
imply
don't
that-
want to mess up.
Yeah, the answer shown would imply that there's actually an answer shown to you that you could base off of.
Right.
But there's not. I'm gonna
What's the
go
name
on
of our
here and-
instructor? Bennett?
Yeah,
Rick Bennett? Does that sound right?
it's like Richard Bennett or something like that. But my friend had this exact same problem, so he's not even in our section, I don't think, or in our class. He's in a different class. But even then, we got number 16 correct, and it's the same feedback as number 18. The answer in SPSS is slightly lower than in Excel, so the answer given is an average between the two results. So we just copied that one in, right? Maybe not. I guess we calculated it, but at the same time, we just used the same calculation, so it should be the same. We used these numbers to calculate that one, so it should be the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like, you guys probably think I'm into conspiracy theories and stuff, but
No.
Tinfoil hat, man.
this is really a conspiracy theory. The magic bullet is like passing through this quiz right now.
All right, let's see if I can find it.
On that note, you ever see what is it, 10/22/63?
No, what's that?
Oh, it's a phenomenal series. If you're into tinfoil hat stuff, then it's a series on Hulu. Well, I mean, say what you will about James Franco as an actor, but basically it's a Stephen King flick where he goes back in time to stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy and figure out like
Oh, yeah?
what happened so that he can stop it, but history fights back. It's pretty interesting. It's a little creepy at times, but it's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got nothing for those other questions. I thought for a second like, oh, maybe it's about the different alpha level that we calculated before, because the earlier set had a different level of significance. It was a 0.05, and then oh wait, it's a 95% confidence interval. Never mind.
All right, so I'm putting together an email right here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, we had a problem like this on one of the earlier quizzes, I think, but he never changed it. I don't know if you remember that, Eric.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was like at the beginning we got like an 80 something, and we thought, oh, there's just a glitch in the quiz. He'll probably fix it. But then, and in one of the videos, somebody said something about it, and he said he would fix it, but he never did.
Yeah, he in the video he sounded surprised, but then yeah, I'll look into it and then yeah.
But so should we just retake it a second time and get as high as we can, except for those ones, and then just hope that he changes it? I know that's kind of false faith, but I don't really know what else to do on this.
The only thing that changes from the different sets of questions, question 6 for the next 6 questions thereafter, and then what is it? Question 12 and the next 6 thereafter. The biggest thing that changes is the level of significance goes from a 0.1 to a 0.05.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that bears in play with lower and upper bounds, does it?
No, I don't think so. Hmm.
Shoot, I got nothing.
Well, you know what we could do is let's not take it the second time. I'll send him an email, and then we can always go back in and change the answer to it. You know what I mean? Because then we have a second time at least.
Do you think he'll respond by later?
I hope so. I mean, it's Thursday. I would hope he checks his email sometime Thursday, Friday, or Saturday.
It closes tomorrow, I think, at 11 p.m.
When is that when it closes?
I've already started the second attempt, unfortunately.
Oh, well,
That's fine. If he does something about it, then more than likely it would be retroactive anyhow. Maybe that's just wishful thinking.
What do you want to do, Eric?
Well, I'm definitely sending the email. But I think, I don't know, what I might do is leave my one open, and if I haven't heard anything by Friday night, then, try one more time to do those 2 questions again. But I'm hoping he'll notice something's wrong here and just fix it. Unless Michael wants to guess and gets them right, then we'll just.
Well, let's see. If I'm going to get it wrong a second time anyhow, might as well guess.
And it does say the answer in SPSS is slightly higher than Excel, so take it how you will.
But like, I don't know. When it says slightly higher, since it's negative, does that mean it's more towards 0?
That would
2.1? I don't know.
Well, no, it actually is accounting for that because the upper bound, it says the answer in SPSS is slightly lower.
for the upper one, yeah.
Yeah, so
Higher for the lower one and lower for the upper one.
Man, we got through this thing so quickly. Now we just got stumped.
I'm going to increase the lower bound by 1 and decrease the upper bound by 1. So it'll be -1,214 and 4,147. We'll just see how that rolls.
Oh, you're going to go a whole number.
Just going all in,
Right.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Submit. Yes, I know I can't return to the quiz. No, I still lost. But hey, a 17 out of 19 is an 89.47. So even if the professor doesn't fix it, it's not the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah.
So I'll read you guys this email I'm putting together, and you can tell me if you want me to add anything.
Can you add us in there?
Yeah, you're both copied on it, so. All right, so I put, Brother Bennett, we noticed that, chapter 13 quiz issue, I said, Brother Bennett, we noticed that Excel gives a higher or lower answer than SPSS on questions, sorry, I forgot that, 17 and 18.
And it also is on 13 as well
Yeah,
as an
that's
issue.
right.
Well, 13 is just a glitch, I think.
Okay, we know Excel gives a higher or lower answer than SPSS on questions 17 and 18, and that the answer is wrong. Is this a system error or we made a mistake? We pulled the data from Excel and we're concerned this may be a system issue. What was the other one too?
13.
Question 13 also seems to be having similar problems. Anything else you guys want me to add?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, get you both copied on this and we'll go from there. All right, I just sent it. Let's see what happens. Hopefully he just goes in and, oh wow, you guys both got it that fast, huh? Hopefully he just goes in and removes those and just says these aren't valid, valid mistakes or whatnot.
Hello. What?
Yeah, I'll see what he says. Nothing else, and I want to try guessing. I'll go in tomorrow before it closes and guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait, but I'm hoping he'll respond. He works for like the Jazz and the Utes and a bunch of other people doing sports statistics. So
Yeah,
who knows if he'll actually see it in the evening or not.
yeah. And if not, hopefully he'll at least answer back in the morning. I don't get to check this email in the morning just because I'll be at work. But maybe he'll throw something in there.
Well,
We'll go
guess all we
from
can do now is wait, unless
there.
except for Michael, and he can just pray that he'll change it for him.
Yep. My fate
Well,
is sealed.
Yeah, it was easier than I thought it was going to be. I was a little worried about this quiz. Some of it seemed a little confusing, but it was a whole lot
Well,
easier.
see, the thing that bothers me is whenever it is easy, we miss stuff because of a glitch in the system. So we should be
Right.
getting hundreds, but it's not our fault that we're not
Right.
getting 100.
Listen, Meow, don't question SPSS.
I know.
It's the way of the future.
They paid $50 for that program. They get more right answers than we do, I guess.
Apparently. Well, cool. Unless you guys have something else.
I sure don't. Apparently,
Yeah.
there's some other group that has to meet with me in a few minutes too. So
Yay. Cool. Well, then I'll get this posted on for the meeting, and we'll be in good shape.
Sounds good. We'll see you
Story.
guys next Tuesday.
Yep. See you on Tuesday. Have a good one, guys. Good weekend.
Later.
Bye-bye.